So like you mentioned, that when a large company is selected for a PLI scheme, the sector grows and an SME can take advantage by being a supplier to that OEM or that big company. So in this context, how important is location for an SME? How should one choose to locate their plants, and how should they strategize that part?
So I'm assuming that your question is related to an SME who's supplying to a OEM or whatever it is. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, obviously, the closer you are, proximity to your customer always helps, right? Because nowadays, most people want to reduce the amount of inventory that they have tied up in their working capital. So every large OEM is looking to just-in-time delivery, say, for example. Much more in automotive sector, but across, everybody knows that to have a lot of stocks in your factory is not the best way to put to make use of your capital. So everybody wants to have suppliers who will be ready to deliver to them at very short notice and as and when they require. So they would like their vendors to keep inventory rather than they keeping it in there. And therefore, in order to be able to do that and serve your customers with just-in-time deliveries, obviously, the closer you are, the better, because then you can reach it very fast. But having said that, if you are an SME who's serving, say, 10 big OEMs, and each of them is spread across the country, obviously, it's difficult for you. You want to be a partner to all of them. You cannot be close to all of them. You cannot create 10 factories. So that one for, if you have the capital, yes, but SMEs normally by definition are not that big. So then luckily for us now with GST, that whole requirement of supplying to the OEM from inside the same state where he's located, that is gone now. From a taxation point of view, that's gone. You can supply from anywhere and it doesn't make any difference to the buyer because the cost is the same, because you get input credit for everything. So the taxation part is taken out. India has become one big market now. You don't need to have these state borders. Having said that, from a proximity to your customer point of view, you may still need some warehouses that are close to the customers that you intend to serve. So as an SME, since your capital is limited, you obviously want to be located in a place that is more central to all the customers that you're trying to serve. Having said that, that choice may also not be with you because you've got limited funds. You've already established a factory somewhere. You can't shift that factory now just because you want to be close. So you play to your strengths and you take care of this requirement of supplying your customer just in time, etc., through other means. I mean, there are today enough third-party logistics providers who provide warehousing to you. You don't even have to invest in your own warehouses. There are people who made a business out of that. So logistics is improving. Hopefully the new logistics policy that the government has announced will make it even better. So I don't see that as a big issue. I mean, I've worked in a multinational company where we had our factories in certain locations. Our suppliers were situated in states quite far away from our factory, but that did not prevent us from sourcing from them as long as you met all their other requirements in terms of quality and delivery and reliability. So it's important, location, but it's not the most critical. It's preferable, yes, but not. It's not a showstopper.